Gently close the eyes. Take a moment to ground down to the sitting bones and feel the sense of length up through the spine and a softening in the shoulders. Draw the awareness to the breath. Observe how the breath is moving in and out of the body. Observe the sensations at the tip of the nose. If the air feels cooler as it enters and warmer when it leaves, or the other way round. Slowly start to deepen the breath. Feeling that you're breathing into the front, the side and the back of the body. So the breath is moving three-dimensionally through the trunk. Exhaling fully. Inhaling for 3 arms. We'll do the Hari Om chant this morning, a call and response, and I'll chant it both times. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Om, Har 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 Hari 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 Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, 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 Hari Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Slow deep breath in and exhaling fully. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes, stretching out the legs. And you can come to a lying down position on your back. Coming into a position of Savasana. And we'll do Netra Vyayamam, the eye movements. Mum's already yawning. It's not relaxation quite yet. So draw the shoulder blades down the back, lengthen the tailbone. And we'll look up to the top of your vision and slowly tracing a full circle around to your right. Be mindful not to strain the eyes. Keep the movement smooth. Have some awareness of the breath. Next time the eyes reach the top, change direction. Make sure you're passing through every point on the circle. Next time the eyes reach 12, center close, relax the eyes. And we'll rub the palms together briskly. Cupping the palms over the eyes. Allowing the warmth and darkness to soothe and relax the eyes. Taking a moment to give them gratitude. Take some slow, deep breaths in and out. Feeling the eyes softening and relaxing. And now gently stroking the eyes. Let's take a moment to massage our jaw. We often carry a lot of tension in the jaw. So discover any areas of tightness, kind of going all the way up to close to the earlobe, and all the way down and around the jaw area. And finding any juicy areas where you go, ooh, that's a little bit tight. And then relaxing the hands. Bring the legs together. Have Tadasana legs. Meaning that we imagine we're standing, extend through the heels, soles of the feet feel they're into alignment. And there's some intention through the legs. Place the palms down alongside the body. Keeping the legs activated, let's inhale, raise the arms up overhead. And exhale, lower them back down alongside the body. So let's use the breath to move the arms all the way up until the back of the hands touch the floor on the inhalation. And exhaling, lowering down. Continue at your own rhythm with the breath. And be mindful of your rib cage and your mid-back. Notice if it lifts off the floor a lot. We want to draw the belly button gently down towards the floor to keep engagement. So we don't flare the ribs. See if it's an option to work with Ujjayi breath, where we gently constrict the muscles in the throat to slow the breath down. Notice if the legs have gone relaxed. Notice if there's different sensations in the shoulders. Next time your arms come overhead, keep them overhead so the back of the hands come to the floor. Draw the belly button in towards the spine, so the abdominal muscles are gently engaged. And lengthen the right arm a little bit further and the left leg. Keep the belly button drawing in. And work with the breath. Feel that you're sending the breath all the way from the left leg up through to the right arm, feeling a diagonal stretch. The right leg's still active, but not lengthening as much as the left leg. Gently release, and let's do the other side. Right leg lengthens, left arm lengthens. Utilizing the breath. Feeling that diagonal line of energy as you breathe into it. And gently releasing. Lower the arms back alongside the body. And we'll bend the knees and have the feet quite to the width of your mat. And let's very slowly draw both knees. Be mindful of your knees if you've got any knee problems. Drawing both knees over to the left. And then over to the right. So it's like windscreen wiper action. The feet are the width of the mat and we're moving the knees from side to side. Good. Work with your breath. Feel each time you're doing this movement from side to side that you're releasing a little bit more into the hips, the pelvic area, into the knees. Just please note the knees do not need to touch the floor. Going to your edge of motion this morning. And next time the knees come over to the right, come back to center. Bring the legs and the knees together so the feet are still bent. And we'll take hold of the right knee, hugging it in towards the chest, keeping the shoulder blades down. And taking a few breaths here, allowing the right thigh to rest towards the torso. Then we'll extend the left leg. With an inhalation, we're going to lift the head up towards the knee. On an exhalation, lower down. Keep the left heel extended. Inhaling, use the abdominal muscles to lift up. Exhaling, lowering down. Go at your own rhythm. Make sure that as you try and draw the knee in towards you, that you don't hoik up the right hip too much. Keep the shoulders down. And next time your head comes up, hold it. And breathing slowly here. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck. Use the tummy muscles to pull you up. And on an exhalation, gently lowering back down to the floor. Take hold of the back of the leg now, so the back of the thigh. You can interlock the fingers if you like. Your shin is parallel to the floor. As you exhale, extend the leg as much as you can up to the ceiling. As you inhale, bring the shin back to parallel to the floor. And keep going. Inhale. And exhale. Choose which way you want to use your breath. If you want to exhale, stretch up. Or if you want to inhale, stretch up. Being mindful of the breath, mindful of the stretch to the back of the leg. Shoulders remain down, back of the neck long. Next time the leg extends up towards the ceiling, hold. See if you can gently extend through both heels. And breathing into the stretch to the back of the right leg or wherever else you're feeling the stretch. And let's start to circle the ankle, drawing a big circle with the toes. Or it mine feels more oval shape. And then change direction. Still working with the breath, shoulders down, relaxed. And back to neutral. Hug the knee back in towards the chest, taking hold of the front of the leg. And lifting the head up one more time. Ardha Pavanamuktasana, head to knee. And then on an exhalation, lower back down. Straighten out that leg. Roll the leg from side to side. Observe any different sensations between the left and right leg right now. And we'll do the other side. So we'll start with both knees bent. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. Shoulder blades down the back. And taking a few breaths, allowing the knee to release towards you. And extending the right leg. Have intention through the right foot. And when you're ready, we'll start to inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Honouring and respecting wherever you come in the practice this morning. Become aware if you're actually using your tummy muscles or you're using your neck muscles to lift you up. Try to focus on drawing the abdominal muscles as you lift up. The spine's warming up, hips move, warming up. Next time your head comes up, hold, relax the shoulders, take a few breaths. On an exhalation, gently releasing back down. Shoulders down, take hold of the back of the left thigh now. Shin is parallel to the floor. And then we start to extend the leg up, either on the exhalation or inhalation, and bend back to parallel to the floor. Work with your breath, your body. Stretching out the back of the legs, working with the knee joints. Keep intention through the right leg. Feel that it's extending. Toes are up towards the ceiling. The shoulders are relaxed. And you're aware of where you're feeling a stretch to the back of the leg. Next time the leg extends, hold. Extend through both heels. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. And let's start to circle the ankle in one direction. working with your breath. And then change direction. Noticing how one way is easier than the other. I feel like I'm drawing an abstract picture at the moment. I don't feel like I'm drawing a circle. So be mindful of what shape that you're drawing. What sound your ankle's making. Oh dear, mine's not making a great sound. It's okay, it's just ligaments and air. Okay, then neutral position extends through the heel. And bending the knee, knee towards the chest. And lifting the head up towards the knee and hold for a few breaths. On an exhalation, lowering back down. And releasing the leg. Roll the leg out. Hopefully they feel similar now in motion to the hips. Next we're going to be bringing the right arm up alongside the ear. We're going to bring the legs over to the left side of the mat. And maybe this is enough of a stretch to feel a stretch in the right side of the body. You have the option to cross the right foot over the left foot. And if you'd like to, you can move the head and the shoulders slightly over towards the left side of the mat, keeping the right shoulder down. The left hand can come alongside the thigh, or it could join the right hand. See what works for you. And using the breath to feel that you're getting a nice extension through the right side of the body. Don't allow any compression to happen, so space is more important than how far you create this half moon shape. And the breath is what allows the connective tissue to stretch out on the right side of the body. So the deeper the breath, the better. And then gently listen to your body's intelligence of how you'd like to release the pose. So not over thinking about it, listening to what part of the body wants to move first, to release. Make sure that you're centered on your mat. Left arm up alongside the ear. Walk the legs over to the right edge of the mat. Again, focus on spaciousness. If you want, there's the option to cross the left foot over the right. And then if you like, lifting the head and the shoulders so the hips stay in place, and we stretch over to the right. The right arm can either be alongside the leg, or it may want to meet the left arm. And work with the breath, breathing into the left side of the body. See where the head wants to naturally move to. And the slower and deeper the breath, the more benefit comes to these more gentle, restorative positions. Consciously sending the breath to the left side of the trunk, from the left hip all the way up to the left arm. And very slowly, listening to the body's intelligence, releasing the pose, however feels comfortable for you, coming back to center. Move the legs and arms however you feel they want to move, wiggle them around a little bit. And then we'll bend the knees and we'll bring the legs to a right angle. And we're very slowly going to start shaking the legs, just wobbling them around. And if you can lift the legs a little bit higher up towards the ceiling, then do so. So we're shaking the legs, a little bit of a wobble, getting the circulation, changing direction in the legs as we shake. You can either shake both legs together, or you could do sort of kind of like, almost like a little, I don't know, bicycle kind of movement, but try and get that shaking action, however is comfortable. Yeah. And then hug both knees in towards the chest. And lift the head towards the knees. Relax the breath here. And on an exhalation, gently releasing the head back down. We'll bring the soles of the feet onto the floor, knees together, arms out to the side, cactus arms, or arms straight. I can't because I've got the fireplace next to me. Make sure the shoulder blades are down the back, and your palms can be up or down, whatever's comfortable for you. And we'll work with the breath as we do a spinal twist. But as you exhale, draw the knees over to the left, keeping the right shoulder on the floor, head turns to the right. Inhale, back to center, keep the knees together, head back to center. Exhale, knees to the right, head to the left. Inhale, back to center. And continue. Exhale to the left with the knees, head to the right. The shoulders stay anchored to the floor as you do this practice. Always inhaling back to center. The knees stay together. Imagine they're zipped together. And noticing we haven't, stood up, or we've stayed on our back, but we've started to work the spine in all directions. And next we'll be doing a back bend. We've done forward bend, side bends, twisting, worked with the hips and the knees and the ankles. Next time your knees come over to the left, hold and breathe. Try and keep the right foot stacked on top of the left foot, the knees together. And if you like, your left hand could come down onto the thigh, just to draw the knees down a little bit further, keeping the right shoulder down. See what you'd like to do. And breathe into the pose. Starting to scan the body in this twist, noticing where you're holding on to tension. And consciously releasing any tightness through the mind, feeling it letting go. Telling that part of the body to gently relax and drop. It could be tension that isn't necessarily where the stretch is. It could be tension in the eyes and the jaw, the neck. And slowly head back to center, knees back to center, and we'll come over to the other side. And knees come over to the right, left foot's on top of the right foot, the knees are together as much as possible. If you want, you've got the option, the right hand can come down onto the side of the thigh to release the knees down, as the left shoulder releases and the head turns to the left. Working with the breath, slowly and deeply into the twist. Feel a softening in the body. Again, scanning through the body, notice where there's areas of tightness. And seeing if you can mentally help release that tension through the mind telling that part of the body to gently relax. Soften the jaw, soften the eyes, the shoulders. And very gently releasing, coming back with the knees together. Bring the arms alongside the body. Separate the feet so that the heels are in line with the hip bones. The fingers reach down towards the heels, the tailbone lengthens. Now, if you've got any knee condition where it's not comfortable to have the knees straight in, so the ankles and the knees are in line with one another, maybe you need to walk the feet like an inch further forwards. Allow yourself to do that. As we inhale, we're going to press through the feet, down through the shoulders, the triceps, and lift up the hips. As we exhale, we slowly lower down. Focus on grounding down through the feet equally, inner edges, outer edges, and down through the shoulders. As you inhale, feel that you're floating up, keeping spaciousness in the spine. As you exhale, lowering down with control. You can use Ujjayi breath here, where you gently constrict the muscles in the throat to slow the flow of air moving in and out, but never forcing or straining. Each time you're lifting, feel the hips lifting, the chest lifting. Next time you come up, hold. And you have several options here. You can stay here. You could choose to interlock the fingers, rolling the shoulders under a little bit more, under and down, drawing the hands towards the feet. There's the option to place the hands onto the lower back. Some of you that might be an option, but don't force it. Another option is to lift up onto the heels, lift up onto the toes, lifting the heels off the floor, lifting the hips a little bit more. Getting a little bit more height. Chest is lifting. You're grounding down through the shoulders, through the triceps. If you've got the heels lifted, you may want to try and place them back onto the floor, maintaining the height. Other option is for the fingers to take hold of the heels. So see what option works for you this morning. Notice where tension's building up in the body. Notice if there's a certain place that's loading the tension. If it's the knees, the quads, the buttocks. Seeing where you can soften. And gently releasing the arms out back to the sides a little bit, spreading in between the shoulder blades and lowering back down to the floor. Take a moment to feel the lower back releasing down into the floor, allowing it to settle. Sometimes there can be a discomfort to the lower back, but it's simply circulation is being increased to that area. Then let's take the feet back to the width of the mat, like we did right at the beginning of the class. You can have the arms wherever's comfortable, and let's start to move the knees like windscreen wipers from side to side again. So both knees are going in the same direction. Make sure the feet are the width of the mat. Feeling the sacrum, pelvic area releasing. And next time the knees come over to the right, you can come back to center. And stretch the legs out and roll over onto your belly. So you don't get too comfortable on your back. And we'll stretch the arms out in front of you. Forehead to the floor. Take a moment to lengthen the legs behind you. Create spaciousness in the lower back. And we're going to walk, you're going to lift your head off the floor slightly, and you're going to walk your hands over to the left. The torso can also move over to the left, but you don't move the hips. The hips stay in place, and you're bringing your right cheek to the side and feeling a stretch to the right side of the body. So if you're not feeling anything yet, you can wiggle a little bit more. Be mindful to keep space. And if it's not comfortable to have the right cheek to the floor, have the forehead to the floor. And taking slow, deep breaths into the right side of the body. Having the breath as slow and deep as possible for you. Keeping that sense of length and space. We've got the additional benefit doing this on the belly of massaging the abdominal organs. As we're inhaling, we're pressing the belly into the floor. As we exhale, that relaxes. And that stimulation of the floor pressing into the belly, working with helping to support digestion, it supports circulation. And very slowly lifting the head, walking the hands and the torso back to center. Lengthen the legs again behind you. And when you're ready, walking the hands over towards your right side. Again, you can shift the torso as much as you want, but keep the hips where they are. Left side, left arm, nice and lengthened as the left cheek turns to the side. Feel the stretch all the way through the left side of the body. Focusing on sending the breath all the way from the left hip all the way up to the fingers. Observing where there's tightness and seeing how you can consciously release that. Keep the sense of space and length through the legs. Continue to practice softening and letting go. Continue to work with deepening the breath. And then once you feel that you've worked both sides of the body equally, you can gradually lift the head and walk the hands back. often as yoga teachers, we get carried away with instruction on one side and then the other side is super short. So always listening to your body and going, oh no, Lucy completely messed that up. So holding if you need to for longer, time-wise, if it feels significantly short. Then you can relax the arms wherever's comfortable. Next, we're going to be bringing the hands to the base of the skull, interlocking the fingers. The elbows release down to the floor. As we're going to be coming up and down, as we lift up, try not to be using the neck muscles so much. Feel that you're trying to lift from this heart center, chest area. So as we inhale, make sure the legs are long behind you. We inhale, raising up the arms, the head off the floor, but feel the chest is lifting, and then on an exhalation, lowering down. Inhale, feel you're floating up. Exhale, slowly down. Continue. Notice what muscles have to work to allow this position to happen. Next time you're up, hold. Place the hands underneath the shoulders or a little bit further down with the elbows raised, but not putting any pressure on them. Gently turn the head over the left shoulder, either looking towards the left shoulder or beyond. Trying to look up over the shoulder if you can, and slowly over to the right shoulder. Back to center. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees gently. Press up into a downward dog with the knees slightly bent. Then let's start to move here, bending one knee at a time, lengthening out, wiggling around however you feel that you want to move, grounding down through the hands. Feel a sense of length and space to the spine, extension to the spine. So seeing how you can bring that extension into your practice. Maybe both knees need to stay bent throughout to get that extension. Good. Bring the right foot forwards in between the hands. If it's not comfortable, if you've had a recent injury, you need to have the knee off the floor, then you can have the knee off the floor, back knee off the floor. Allow the hips to gently release, lengthen through the spine. And we'll allow the chin to release down towards the chest. So you can either be on the fingertips, like I am, or you can be on the palms. Because now we're going to allow the natural rounding to happen to the back as the head releases down. And start to gently just move the head very slowly from left to right. So you feel the trunks resting onto the right thigh and the head's gently going from left to right with the head relaxed down. And slowly beginning to come to a neutral position, back onto the fingertips and lengthen up through the spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. Palms to the floor, curl the toes, lift the back knee, downward facing dog. Lift the hips high, tilt the pelvis forward, broaden the back, lengthen. Left foot forwards. See what you want to do with your back knee. Allow yourself to lengthen through the spine. And then we allow the head to draw down. You can be on the palms, the back can round a little bit, and gently moving the head from left to right. Keeping the head down, allowing that little bit of natural rounding to the spine to happen. Notice as the head moves from side to side, and there might be certain areas that trigger a little bit more tightness. Being aware that everything in the body is connected to everything. So sometimes when you have a problem with the foot, it can be coming from the neck. That's where the beauty of yoga is. We're moving the joints and the body in all directions in each practice. And relax the head down. And gradually elongate through the spine again, using the fingertips. Shoulders away from the ears. And then back into downward dog. Find that lift to the sit bones. Shift forward into plank pose for a moment, just to wake up the muscles, activate the muscles. Back into down dog. Bend the knees to the floor. Child pose, however's comfortable for you. Big toes together. Knees can either be slightly apart or together. And releasing down. You can make a pillow with the hands if you like, or you can make fists with the hands and rest. The forehead onto the fist or onto the floor. And then when you're ready, you can sit up. You can stretch your legs out. We'll have the knees bent and the feet like we were lying on the floor with the feet the width of the mat. And you can have the hands behind you. I don't know which is the best way for me to show. So the hands can be behind you. Ideally don't load your hands because this will happen, but we are allowing your body to put a little bit of weight, maybe leaning back slightly, as we draw the knees over to your left and then over to your right. Okay, so don't load like this, but use for support because it will be difficult to sit completely upright. So we're going from side to side. I'll go this way so you can see what I'm doing from this angle. So one knee releases, both knees release over. So you're making like two L shapes, if that makes sense. So if your feet are not creating this right angle, you may have to take your feet, if they're too close, they might be not creating that sort of right angle. So take them a little bit wider, look at your legs, see if you're creating a right angle, and from side to side. There. And next time the knees come over to the right, I'm kind of walking forwards each time I do this. I'll end up by the camera, come back to centre. And cross the legs. It's time for Yoga Mudra. That was officially the most gentle class I have taught during this 9 weeks now of teaching online. For sure, apparently. Mum's agreeing. So Penny, Amanda, I hope I've served you well with a gentle class. So taking hold of one wrist, or there's also the other option where you could interlace the fingers like this behind your back. Make sure you're sitting comfortably, and if it's not comfortable to sit cross-legged and do this, you can do this position in any way that feels comfortable for you. We're going to allow the head to release towards the floor, the back to round, the shoulders to relax. The eyes to soften and to draw the awareness within. Feel that the torso is filled with helium as we gradually begin to use the breath to lift us up to an upright position. So taking as many breaths as you need to feel this lightness in the trunk as you lift up. Once you're back up, hands can rest onto the knees or lap, and observing how the body feels. And gently preparing for Yoga Nidra, popping any socks, blankets, jumpers. If you want to have your legs up on a chair, or on the sides of the bed or the cushion, sofa, you can do. we'll bring the awareness to the entire body. And we'll spread the fingers, spread the toes, open the mouth, stretch out the tongue. And relax. And then do that one more time in your own time, spreading, stretching, lengthening the arms, the legs, stretching out the tongue. And relaxing. Now let's open the mouth really wide and keep breathing in and out through the mouth until there's a big yawn that happens. So keep opening the mouth wide, wide, wide until a yawn happens. And if it doesn't, just relax the jaw. Now making any final adjustments. Feeling a softening in the entire back of the body. Feeling the back of the body supported by the ground. Feel a sense of allowing the whole body to completely let go and relax to the floor. And let's imagine that we're going through the body part by part, relaxing it a little bit more. And drawing the awareness to the feet and the ankles and relaxing. The ankles. The lower legs and the knees. The upper legs, hips and buttocks relaxed. The sacrum and pelvic area relaxed. The abdomen, abdominal organs and lower back relaxed. The middle chest, middle back relaxed. Upper chest and upper back relaxed. The hands and arms and shoulders relaxed. The neck and jaw relaxed. And all the facial muscles soft and relaxed. Feel the entire body soft. Continue the sensation of the back of the body being supported by the ground. And this softening in the entire body as the breath flows in and out in a relaxed way. And feeling with each exhalation this softening continuing to happen. If any thoughts arise, simply observe them like clouds passing in the sky, or waves in the ocean, coming and going. Just let them go through the breath. And finding this place inside of yourself where you can relax and soften. And feel this deep gratitude inside of your heart for being who you are. Feeling you're bathing yourself in self-love. Gently drawing the awareness back to the body, to the flow of the breath. If the body, breath and mind was able to soften and relax, taking a moment to be witness to that. Sometimes in our practice we can have these wonderful relaxations where we fully let go and relax, sometimes even fall asleep, and other times we might stay awake and have a wonderful relaxation, and other times the mind might wander a little bit, and all of it is fine. It's always just great to take this time out to acknowledge what's going on inside of us. We don't often take that time to witness what's happening. So being grateful for whatever experience you had. And slowly stretching out the body. Moving however the body feels it wants to move. And bend the knees, roll to one side. Give yourself a hug. And coming up to sit when you're ready. Sit whatever way is comfortable for you. If you always sit the same way, cross-legged, it's good to, at least for a few minutes, work on changing the cross in the legs. And you can always revert back to the way that you normally sit. And soften or close the eyes. And work with deepening the breath. And feeling with each exhalation this softening happening in the body, relaxing the jaw, the shoulders, the elbows, as we maintain this sense of length and space from the base of the spine up through the top of the head. But feel, instead of it being such a muscular effort, feel there's this lightness of helium sensation while the hips ground down. Focusing on the breath as it flows in and out. Feeling as we inhale, we start to practice Dirgha Swasam, the three-part yogic breath, where we breathe into the belly, puff it up like a big balloon. As we exhale, we gently draw the belly button in, exhaling all the air. But feeling we're not just breathing into the belly, also the sides of the waist and the lower back. The breath is three-dimensional. And gradually beginning to deepen that breath, so we're breathing into the lower, into the abdomen, the middle chest, the upper chest, also the lower back, middle back and upper back, and the sides of the body, without force or strain. For those of you familiar, you can practice Ujjayi breath with this practice of Dirgha Swasana. Feeling there's no effort or strain. That we're comfortably expanding and contracting. We're going to work with this practice today, no other breathing practice. So continue with this, and if at any point anything feels uncomfortable, simply abdominal breathing or 3-part breath breathing in as we're doing now. But what we're going to start doing at the top of each inhalation is holding the breath for a moment and bringing the chin down towards the chest while we hold the breath, Jalandhara Bandha. And then when we need to exhale, head comes back to center and we exhale with control. We shouldn't feel that suddenly we're having to release the air too quickly. Holding just for a second or so, getting this sensation of compressing the chin towards the chest towards the chin, with the shoulders down at the top of the inhalation. Holding for a few seconds. Head back to center. Exhaling slowly. So see if you can do this practice without force or strain. We'll start to do the same thing with the chin lock at the end of the exhalation. And we hold the breath out for a few seconds with the chin towards the chest. We release the head back to center and we inhale. Again, anything that feels too much, don't do. And make sure the shoulders don't creep up as the chin comes down. And make sure the neck feels comfortable. So at the end of the exhalation, chin comes towards chest, hold the breath out. And inhale slowly. Top of the inhalation, hold the breath. Chin comes back towards the chest. Hold for a few seconds. and release. Try not to judge the mind if it forgets one time. Or even if you feel that tension's building up through this practice, bring it back to the simpler practice of abdominal breathing or 3-part breath. On your next exhalation, allow the breath to relax. Observe any sensations of this breathing practice. Feeling a softening in your entire being. Feel a gentle smile coming to the face. Notice how that little smile changes the sensation in the upper part of the head, and the eyes, and the mind. Just by that simple gesture of a smile. A lot less muscles need to work in the face to create this smile. We're becoming mindful of the sensations that happen to the mind when we keep a gentle smile to the face. Noticing as we maintain this smile, how it might be difficult to think of anything serious. And keeping that smile, keeping the mind feeling light. Closing chant. We'll do Loka Samasta together 3 times. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Health and harmony be unto all. Peace be unto all. May all be free from suffering. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.